that surprise and delight our players.
Come on, give it to me.
I want to thank all of you
Give it to me.
for your unwavering
Give me what I want!
Give me what I want!
The fuck is this? Kraven? Is that Kraven? Is that fucking Kraven? Fucking Kraven, let's go! It is, let's go! What the fuck is Kraven? Kraven the Hunter. He is Russian. He is a hunter. He hunts for sport. Come on, give me gameplay. Give me fucking Venom. Give me. Yes! Okay, I was like, please don't tell me that's it. Oh, it's symbiote! Let's fucking go! Oh my god! Connors, they're going for lizard. I just spilled the cup.
Dude, I think I just filled the cup.
Switch to Miles. Switch to Miles.
The hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem
Oh
Fish
my
Market.
god.
Guess we'll
Oh
chat
my
later.
god, yes. Give me the swing play. He can glide.
Yankee.
Oh my god. That's gonna make stealth a lot easier. 2 at once, nice. We've already, like, you know, climaxed a few times, but I need to see Venom. I need to hear Tony Todd. If I see Venom, only a flag that says bang is gonna come out. This is awesome, and this is a lot. And we haven't even seen Venom yet. I don't know if we're going to, but help the tour boat. Do the thing. Oh, Spider-Man's got gliders too. Oh, obviously, Peter's got spiders. Gliders. Peter's got spiders. Peter's got gliders. Oh, what's up, everyone? You just watched my live reaction to the gameplay and what seems to be the first 10 minutes or so of Marvel Spider-Man 2, which is coming out this fall. Most likely September. Tony Todd kind of leaked that earlier, and the fact that it's coming out this fall kind of confirms that. Not entirely, but coming out this fall, and I am super excited for it, as you saw in the live reaction. Now, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down things that happened in the trailer. I misspoke about a couple things, I'll be honest, because I was caught up in the moment. I was caught up in all the hype and everything that was going on with the trailer. We're going to be breaking it down here right now. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you enjoy this video, please drop it a like. I would greatly appreciate that. Now, it starts off with somebody walking through the forest here. We don't really know who this person is. At first in the trailer, I thought it was I thought this was Sergey, and then, you know, I thought it was Kraven's brother. I misspoke. Like I said, I was caught up in the hype. We don't know who this guy is. He's some other kind of hunter, and we find out later that the Kraven that we have in this game is Sergey Kravinoff, the original Kraven. There is a different Kraven from a different timeline. We're obviously not getting that one, but one thing he does say in here is you're getting slow in your Sergey. You're getting slow in your old age. Which, and as we can see the gray hair there on Kraven, which kind of symbolizes that he's later in his age. And with mix that with the alien suit, symbiote suit, black suit Spider-Man that we got, this really symbolizes that they're going for Kraven's last hunt. Now, if you don't know what that is, Kraven is essentially hired to come and take out Spider-Man, and he hits him with like a some kind of dart or whatever that sends Spider-Man into like a coma or whatever, and he buries Spider-Man alive. And then he takes over the mantle of Spider-Man, gets his own black suit somehow. It's not the symbiote suit. I think he honestly just made, I never really read the full story, but I think he just made his own suit, and he portrayed himself as Spider-Man, and he went to capture Vermin, somebody who Spider-Man was never able to take down on his own. And in doing so, he ended up proving like that Kraven's whole thing is that he is the best hunter, period. He tracks down the biggest game, the best hunter there is, and he doesn't use guns. He doesn't really use like knives or stuff like that. He prefers to capture things with his hands. Now, he did use a dart on Spider-Man, I get that, but mostly he doesn't really use guns or anything. He might use like a net or something like that, but mostly he prefers to capture things and kill things with his bare hands. And while I never fully read Kraven's Last Hunt, some of the imagery that came from those comics are just amazing and beautiful, and they like are burned into my brain. Now, will we see that fully play out here? I don't know, because this is more the ultimate version of Spider-Man. There's been so many different versions of Spider-Man. Now, granted, they're all mostly Peter Parker, except for Spectacular Spider-Man, who was a clone, but we won't get into that. But just going through some of my own comic books here, there's the Amazing Spider-Man. There's the regular run of Spider-Man. There's Spectacular Spider-Man. There's Sensational Spider-Man. There's the Web of Spider-Man. There's so many different Spider-Man lines, and these are the older comic books. I stopped collecting comic books in like the mid-2000s. So, like, everything has probably changed since then. And there's been so many different storytelling. Again, this is the Ultimate Spider-Man, and I've never really read that line. So when we get to Venom, we're going to talk about that in a little bit more. We're going to jump back into the trailer now. So he kills whoever this guy is, and he basically says, I thought you guys were going to give me a challenge. This was not a challenge. I want a challenge. And they're like, we have a challenge for you. And they point him towards Spider-Man, but they could also be pointing him towards Venom. As we saw in the teaser trailer, we know Venom is going to be in this game. Now here in this shot, we see a lot of names pop up. I'm going to scroll it back. We see Black Cat. We see Prowler. We see, I think that's, I said it was Wrath, but it might be Wraith. I'm not really familiar with that character. We see Tombstone. We see, of course, Peter Parker Spider-Man wearing the PlayStation costume there, not the symbiote suit. We see Miles right there. And then there was a couple more that popped up that I didn't really get to. We see some popping around here in the background that aren't really easy to tell. We see Lizard right here. Taskmaster. And like I said, I think that's Kingpin in the background there. And then there's one right before it ends that I can't really make out what it is. So I jumped over into Photoshop, and you can see here, it's right here. Can't quite make it out, unfortunately. It looks like it's starting to say something, and a face is starting to come through, but you can't quite make it out. I'm trying to guess. It almost looks like it says cat something, but we already know Black Cat's up here. So, again, can't quite figure that out. It's just about to come through as it clicks over to Sergey. So we can't figure that one out. But he's obviously happy about what he sees, and he decides he's going to Queens. Jumping over to Queens now, it says 6 months later. This is 6 months after that incident with Kraven there. Kraven's already in the city. This could already be sometime after we've had an incident with Kraven in the game. To me, I thought this was like the beginning of the game, but this could be like halfway through or something. Because we see that Spider-Man already has the symbiote suit here. He's got the alien suit. Now, I originally thought that this was like Aunt May's house. As we see, it's in Queens. It's right near what appears to be some kind of school. I can't quite make out what was on the logo there on the football field or the name. But I thought this was Aunt May's house, and it may still be, but this may also be Kurt Connor's house. Now, we hear Spider-Man say, leave Doc Connors alone. And if you don't know who Doc Connors is, you probably never saw the second movie of The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. You've never watched the cartoons or anything like that. Kurt Connors is the Lizard. He becomes the Lizard to fix his arm, the issue he has because he's trying to grow out his arm. Sorry, I said The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I meant The Amazing Spider-Man 1. He shows up in The Amazing Spider-Man 1. I don't believe the Lizard shows up at all in the first. No, because it's Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and then Venom and Sandman. Yeah, so The Amazing Spider-Man 1. But he's basically trying to fix human dismemberment. And in doing so, he grows out his arm by using like reptile Dianetics or whatever. But in doing so, while he does grow out his arm, he turns into a giant lizard. And of course, Peter Parker is friends with Doc Connors and tries to help him. Doesn't really go his way though. But we clearly see here that you see the red and blue suit underneath the Venom suit. So this could be halfway through the game after he's got the symbiote suit, because we saw at the end of Spider-Man 1 that Harry Osborn had the symbiote suit.
We were so close. But I'll keep trying. I will find a cure. I will. I love you, son.
Are you kidding me? What the f? Admittedly, I didn't originally like the idea of Harry Osborn playing Venom, but like I said, this is the ultimate storyline, and the fact that Tony Todd is voicing Venom, I am all in now, and I cannot wait to play as Venom, or to see Venom. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with the Ultimate comic books timeline, but I am very familiar with Venom. Now, originally Venom has been many different people. He's been Eddie Brock. I believe Flash Thompson had it at one point. Agent Venom. There's been, like I said, the Venom we know with Eddie Brock. The symbiote suit has jumped around to many different people. But this is going to be Harry Osborn Venom that we see. I'm guessing, again, we don't really know. We don't see Venom in this trailer, unfortunately. So the only tease we have right now is at the end of Spider-Man 1, and of course we know Venom is going to be in it from the teaser they released in 2021. This suit looks amazing. It's really different from any other suit we've seen before. All the other suits have just been a plain, solid black suit. This almost has like a muscle texture to it from the symbiote. It looks amazing. It's going to be interesting to see all the moves we could do with this suit. As we see here, we see quite a few takedowns that are featured from the suit. At one point here, he takes out 4 guys at once. There's this takedown. There's a takedown up here where he goes on the wall. It's going to be badass. There's a whole lot of new mechanics to this game. You can see here, he throws them. I don't really believe that's a new mechanic. I think he did that with webs. This is what I'm talking about on the wall. I think he did that with the webs in the first game. There's this 4-person takedown here, which is badass. And I'm just really excited to play this game. It looks amazing. We find out here that the Lizard is going down one of the rivers, and Spider-Man's not going to make it there in time, so then he decides to switch over to Miles. Now, this was going to be a rumor that we were going to have this character switch form, which doesn't surprise me really with having both Miles and Peter Parker in the game. And I think it's really dope. We get a chance to play as both people. If you haven't played Miles Morales, I would recommend doing so. I wouldn't say it's a must play, but it is definitely a great precursor to this game. And we see here that Miles can now use gliders. This is not something new. They've actually had this on Spider-Man in the past where he's had like webs underneath his armpits. And then we get our first look at essentially what's going to be our stealth things from the game. Now that thing he just kicked off in the trailer, when I watched it, I thought that was Vulture at first, but that actually comes back into play. That's actually something that Genki uses as our man in the chair. This I thought was really cool because this is going to help with stealth so much, being able to set up your own wires to walk on. And then the fact that we can take down 2 people at once is amazing. He actually does a 3-person takedown here soon, but it wasn't really stealth. It kind of alerted everybody else when he did it, so that one there kind of alerted all the other people around him. And we do see that he has blue lightning, but we do see in the trailer that he also has the yellow lightning. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as we go through the story. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Miles Morales, like I said, you should definitely play the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. But basically, in the first game, he was bitten by a genetically engineered spider, like most Spider-Men are. But he was, the spider that bit him was different than the one that bit Peter. And the one that bit him essentially gave him 2 additional powers that Spider-Man does not have. The ability to camouflage himself essentially and be invisible to any enemies around him or anybody around him who would be able to see him. And also Venom Strike, which is what I was talking about earlier with the blue electricity and the yellow electricity. These are basically just improvements for Miles Morales to have. And he also has Genki, who is his man in the chair. If you've seen the Tom Holland Spider-Man, it's basically the same thing. And at first, like I said, I thought this was going to be kind of a fake out. We were going to see Venom here and not Lizard. but definitely by seeing all this skin here that the lizard has shed is definitely going to be lizard. And we obviously see the lizard show up later. We see that Genki has his own kind of falcon, like it's a drone, you know, obviously, but I'm sure it's gonna have some kind of name. Then we see here, we see Peter Parker come barreling through all the concrete and stuff with the alien symbiote suit, looking kind of spooky-ish, teasing that dark side that Peter's going to have while he has this symbiote suit on him. We know he's not going to have it the entire time because we have to see Venom somehow. Now, this could be after they've dealt with Venom possibly, but again, with the 2021 teaser we got, it kind of teased that Venom is going to go after Kraven. So
That wasn't me. Me neither.
So how we get to there from here, I really don't know. We'll have to wait for more footage later. But here we see our first kind of sort of look at Lizard as he bursts through the concrete there. And now we get an epic chase scene through the water of all places.
Go, go, go! Take him alive!
These are Kraven's people, his army, his force that are kind of going after Lizard. We also see Kraven show up later. But this is like, again, I felt like this was in the beginning of, this is the beginning of the game because this kind of reminds me of the first game where we had to chase down Rhino, but it wouldn't surprise me again if this was more like towards the middle of the game, and this is just, there's more of an epic, a different kind of opening scene. Here, like I said, we see Kraven, he's there obviously, he's partaking in all this, he wants to be the one to capture Lizard. And kind of throughout this trailer, we kind of get that feeling through Peter Parker that his pride is going to kind of drive a wedge between him and Miles, because even though Miles proved himself, he's kind of leaning towards that he doesn't think that Miles can handle this still. And we see here that Peter Parker also has the gliders, which again aren't anything new, though I don't remember them having it with the symbiote suit, but again, he's had the webs under his armpits in the past. Now in the water, that's Lizard's territory, and of course we see the Lizard coming up from the distance. We get to see Miles use his camouflage ability here. We've already seen him use his Venom ability a couple times. Then coming up, here's when we get our first really good full shot at Lizard here. He looks amazing. The detail on it looks awesome, and they never really disappoint with these games and the way these characters look. It's coming up here in just a few seconds, right about now. We get our first look at him. It wasn't a very long shot. It was a slow shot, but still a really good shot. And it's going to be interesting to see how this story plays out. If we help Doc Connors, if he manages to escape here, but then, like I said, Peter Parker decides to go after him without Miles here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this story really plays out. We will have to wait till September, unfortunately. But I can't wait for this game. Possibly September. It's been rumored for September. It says coming out this fall, so we don't really know when this fall. September is just a rumor right now. We see him here. He does use the orange electricity, so how you differentiate between the blue and the orange, I really don't know, but we will have to wait to play the game to find out. And I cannot wait. This game looks amazing. Spider-Man looks amazing. Peter Parker looks amazing. Miles looks amazing. Kraven looks amazing. Lizard looks amazing. We didn't get to see Venom in this trailer, but man, I cannot wait to play this game and enjoy it for all it has to offer.
He got away from us. It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far. No. He's mine. You sure? He's got big teeth. So do I.
Like I said, here you can kind of see he still doesn't fully trust Miles, and I feel like that's the symbiote suit that's kind of pushing that wedge. It's enhancing Peter's pride and his arrogance and stuff, and that's going to be what drives a wedge between Miles and Peter and forces Peter to lose that symbiote suit. But that is going to do it for this trailer, guys. I don't really know what else is going to be in this game in terms of other characters. Like we saw Black Cat, we saw Tombstone, we saw Prowler. I don't know how they're going to feature into this story. If they do even, they might be DLC content. Like for the first Spider-Man, we got a Silver Sable DLC. We got a Black Cat's DLC. We didn't see Mary Jane in this at all. We haven't seen really any other characters outside of Kraven, Spider-Man, or Kraven, Peter Parker, Miles Morales. We heard Genki, Lizard, and that was pretty much it. That's pretty much all we saw in terms of actual characters in the game. But we do know, like I said, for the most part, that Venom will be in this game. He could be the enemy towards the end of the game for all we know, or he could be the enemy at the beginning of the game. We don't know. We're going to have to wait till it comes out. But if there are any more trailers to come out from Marvel's Spider-Man 2, I will be sure to react to them and break them down. And again, also, if there's any more trailers for Mortal Kombat 1, we just had a trailer last week for the first, there was a teaser trailer. If we're supposed to get a gameplay trailer on June 8th, I will be doing a reaction and breakdown to that too. Please subscribe here on YouTube and drop a like if you enjoy this video. Make sure you turn on notifications so you get notified every time I upload a video. With all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's going to be a great September. Mortal Kombat 1 and Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's going to be a great September. Hope you guys have liked this video. Let me know your thoughts on Marvel Spider-Man 2 down in the comments. With all that said and done, guys, have a good one. And as always, don't forget to tip your DJ. Later, dudes.